Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a brand new series on the Two-Headed Wolf gaming channel of The Division. It's a game that was put out by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft, and it has quite a few years, basically, since its appearance. But this is a game that I personally love, I enjoy. If you don't know what The Division is, basically it's a looter shooter. This is the first game in the series. Second game appeared like a few years ago as well. However, I'm a bigger fan of the first one. I'll go into details later on as we go through the gameplay. But it's a game that is set out like a slightly after a pandemic has started. A man-made virus is being released into, I think it starts in Manhattan. Maybe it's spread out around the world because the one who creates it spreads it out during the Black Friday event, right? So there's a series of bad events going on and bad decisions made by the government and things like that, and you are part of a special unit, like a sleeper agent who's being woken up when all lines of defenses have failed. You are sent in with good training and a lot of freedom to basically fix the situation, right? So I wanted to play this, and I do play The Division every once in a while. I play at least once every year during the winter. I love it the most because it is set during the winter and it has such a calming atmosphere that I enjoy walking those streets and, in a sense, fixing the world. But I postponed it for this year because of, all of the events that started last year. And now that we have the series of Endzone, A World Apart, where it is still like a post-apocalyptic kind of world, it made me think a lot about The Division. And whenever I looked online on YouTube trying to see an entire series of the story of The Division, I couldn't find one. I couldn't find a channel that could provide me with the entire series. So, you know what? I know I'm picking some games that are pretty old, and it's very niche. It's like not a whole lot of you will like it, but maybe you are interested at some point, or maybe you are here just looking for The Division. So I'm hoping that I can provide you with some entertainment during this, while I also play it for myself, because I love it. So without further ado, let's get it started.
You know, this Black Friday, you can sleep in.
All over the region.
Retailers are calling this their 149,000 stores offering
Millions of
sales in
dollars
the
in cash
greater
sales changing hands.
at the stores. The flu season is off to its earliest
Appears to be a previously unknown variant of the flu,
Suspected case.
catching many experts off guard.
Today I was feeling like maybe
Back on the breaking news, leading with unconfirmed reports of a smallpox outbreak.
Is a highly rehearsed scenario.
And National Guard units converging on a hospital in central Manhattan.
closed. It's a war zone. Smallpox is a very real
More deaths
danger.
than AIDS, more than Ebola.
Let me stop you there. This is not a panic situation.
An entire American city.
Known as green poison, Central Park has been converted to a mass burial ground.
Power outages, gas line leaks, fires. The government's
Expecting another night of widespread looting.
people of New York are begging.
What would have
Our first responders are either dead
no resources available.
or treated like animals.
It's not a job. We're not trained for.
When we were activated, we knew the situation was bad. Worse than anyone knew. We are an elite, highly skilled group of embedded agents. They only call us when everything else has failed. We have no rules. We have no limits. Our job is to protect what remains.
We are your co-workers. We are your neighbors. We might even be your friends.
But when we get the call,
we leave everything behind.
We are
the Division.
Oh yeah. Every time I get started, it's very exciting. Let's see, let's create a character. You know what? I think I'll create a female character. Let's see, what do we have around here? Sure, let's go this way. Yeah. Do like this, and then there's not a whole lot of options. There's more options like in the second game than in the first one. Oh, let's see. Do I have a ponytail somewhere here? Like if I was to go this way? I think this one might be one, but I am not too sure. No, let's not confirm just yet. Always trying to create something new. Let's go like this, and I believe that this might be a ponytail, so we'll stay on that, and I'll keep the hair black. Scars, no, not that much. War paint, not really my thing. Yeah, no, I think I'm okay without any kind of... What they've done in the second game is that you can change a few things. So basically, like we have these glasses, like these are not removable. However, in the second game you can, which I find to be a good addition. I think I like these glasses. So let's go with this. You can't really personalize the name, it's the name of your account, so we'll stay with that. Perfect. Have a pop.
Intelligence system
A bit of a
analytic
tail.
computer is activated. All
So this is
ISAC
us.
systems are confirmed online.
This is the world.
Take cover at the marker to begin weapon verification.
Isaac is a bit of a automatic response. It's some sort of an AI that speaks to you, that scans stuff and shows you a map and all kinds of things. Look at these buildings. And then there's trash everywhere, right? Services have disappeared, and there's been looting.
Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets. Primary weapon test successful. Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets.
And this is a game that got...
Sidearm test successful.
Welcome aboard, Agent. This is Louis Chang, Northeast Section Commander of the Division. You have been activated because Brooklyn has become dangerously unstable. Isaac has updated us with your progress. Proceed to the nearest safe house for your full equipment loadout. Agent, I've confirmed that your fellow agent Faye Lau has arrived here. Check in with her when you get inside.
Let's go for the intro, and we'll have time to speak
Now
a
entering
bit
a
later.
safe area.
We're losing this whole neighborhood. Rioters are moving through, in force, and headed this way.
Put your people there. I see someone else got the call. I'm Agent Faye Lau, Division. Activated the same time as you, part of the second wave of us going in. I don't know what happened to the first wave, but unfortunately, there's still lots left for us to do. We don't have much intel, and we don't have the luxury of failure. Not with Manhattan under lockdown and Brooklyn on the brink. People like me, and you, we're what's left to hold the line. With any luck, we'll have more to go on once we rendezvous with the commander. More about the situation, about who's turning the streets into a war zone. Anything that's gonna help us do what we're supposed to do. If you'll excuse me, Lieutenant.
Officer Hazen and his team are handling situation reports. If you're looking for a hotspot, that's who you want to talk to.
Complete your activation at the terminal to enable Directive 51 operational status and equipment. Identity confirmed. SHD equipment activated.
Okay, well, there we have it. Let's get moving through the neighborhood.
Warning. You are exiting the safe area.
Agent, rioters took the weekly food supply from the Brooklyn Heights distribution center. They try and sell it back to all the starving people. Plain and simple profiteering on the backs of people who are suffering. Get that food back.
So the game got a bad rap at the beginning, when it first came out, mostly because they showed amazing graphics when it came out to something like E3 or one of those shows, and when it finally released, it downgraded. The game had plenty of problems. We also should have skills. Yeah, here are our skills. So to begin with, we start with 3 basic skills. A pulse, which sends out a recon pulse that marks hostile and allies through walls and covers, and it also improves our critical strike chance and damage by 7%. We also have a sticky bomb, fires a bomb that sticks to most surfaces and explodes when detonated remotely. And there's shield, ballistic shield equips a portable ballistic shield that absorbs damage. The user can only use their sidearms while the shield is active. That can be very good if you have a good side weapon. Can be very protect you a lot in the right situation. So as always, you have to learn how to use your skills. You'll get to upgrade them as you play along. You'll find new equipment. As I said, it's a looter-based shooter, so you'll find a lot of equipment that you're trying to put together. Yeah, the game got a bad rep because of its downgrade in graphics. And what we're doing,
hostiles neutralized.
And what they've been doing over the years is they've tried to improve it, at least until the second division appeared. Let's mark it for the JTF.
Warning, hostile forces approaching.
I don't remember exactly what the J stands for, but the TF is the task force. It's basically the task force that was created in order to get a handle on the situation. It's a combined force between police and firemen and medical stuff. Okay, let's mark it.
Confirmed. Pickup marked. GTF notified.
Great work, Agent. We'll get that food back to the people who need it.
Yeah. And they've really tried, in the final years before the release of the second division game, they really tried to balance the game out, but as it is with any kind of game like this that has a PvP component to it, that has different types of builds that you can put together, it's very difficult to balance out. At this point you can create characters that are very tanky, you can create characters that are very damage oriented, or you can create skill based characters, right, like the pulse or stuff like that, to have an increased effect depending on the skill power. So there's firepower, toughness, and skill power, and they managed to balance the game to a decent level. It's far from perfect, but they don't work on it anymore. If you're trying to do PvP, it can be difficult at this point. Not impossible, just difficult. And I'm not sure how many people still play the game, but I was never the type that would play.
Agent, we've gotten word of a hostage situation at a bank. Looks like you'll have to go through the subway tunnel to access the building. We need you to move in and minimize the damage.
Yeah, basically I always played on my own because of my personal schedule and stuff. I never wanted to, you know, to have people depend on me, or I to depend on people when I play on and where I don't. You know, I want to do one thing. Like, you see like this badge on the arm, it's for the Division. I think we have something even better. So these are some of the stuff that you can unlock on your own. There's plenty of clothes. We're not gonna go through them right now. And there's like these badges that you can get by doing certain things on the map. And we have a wolf, so we're gonna keep that on our arm.
Warning. Hostile presence detected.
Okay, well. Let's get up here then. Or, oh, they are here. Only three? Only three. Let's throw a grenade. There's also like consumables which give you buffs like food, water. There's a game mode where you have to survive, like
Area
during
secured. Hostiles neutralized.
a winter storm, I guess I could say. And yeah, there will be like Christmas trees. Everybody was preparing for Christmas, at least the shops were.
Nice work shutting that down, Agent.
Finally. Well, thank you so much. That was
intense.
terrifying.
Thank you.
No, I need to get the hell out of here.
And in the second game is set during the summer, so after these whole events go down. And the cool thing is, in the second game, like, communities come together, right, to form the different groups of survivors, and they try to create like some system to have water, food. You know, society is rebuilding itself. I don't know, the second game feels a bit further than reality. It's a bit further than something like this, and I don't like it as much. I'm not sure exactly if there's anything more than that. I guess I do love the winter, and there is a day-night cycle. There is a small weather system as well. Doesn't influence anything, it just for looks, and it really gives you like this atmosphere of going around. If you've ever played airsoft, or maybe you've done some paintball, you know.
Agent, those rioters have stolen a crate of morphine. Probably gonna try.
Missing supply crate located.
Okay, so we have some enemies around here. This is what, a medical kit, but we don't need it. But yeah, if you've ever played like airsoft or paintball, or maybe as a kid you were playing guns and rubbers, or cups and rubbers, and things like that, somehow I feel it satisfies that need
Area secured.
of
Hostiles
action.
neutralized.
I've been fascinated about guns and military my entire life. Of course, I was early on.
Confirmed. Pickup marked. GTF notified.
We need to hold the line here for a minute and a half.
Here. We're approaching your position now.
But basically, I was always interested in warfare. And at some point, when I was 20, I don't know if I think I might have spoken about this in, I don't know, maybe in another game or something. But I was interested in a military career. When I was 20, I was looking to make a decision whether I want to go to the military. Because if I wanted to do that, I knew I wanted to do it full time. I had plenty of friends who were, and still are, in the reserves. But I didn't want something like that. I wanted to be prepared, like, fully, and be, like, fully efficient in case of conflict or, you know, going overseas to war. there have been plenty of wars in which, at least Romania as an ally, has supported the other nations.
Keep up the pressure. They're killing us.
So I knew that if anything, if I go with the military career, then I have to be prepared. Let's throw in a medical kit.
Confirmed. Sparrow 5 is on site and ready to engage.
I am getting some help. The mission is complete, so we just have to take care of this guy.
Target is secure. No more hostiles detected.
Great work, Agent. We'll get those drugs back to the wounded where they'll be used properly.
Okay. Well, let's throw some stuff here. We have a protective mask, which provides us more armor. And a holster. The mask is right here. And now what we need to do is go over here to the...
Agent, excellent work. We're grateful for all the lives you saved. Why don't you come on back here? We got a little something for you.
So we're going back, but then we have to go to a police station and free that up. And so I had this great decision and this great dream. Like, I was training hard. Like, I used to do a lot of, you know, at least I was in really good shape to get in and pass the first test, like pull-ups, push-ups, and you know, being fit, or like the overall fitness, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And after that, I also had this other choice whether to stay with the current job, with what I was studying, which was construction engineer. Later on I got into mechatronics, there was music, there were games, there were plenty of things that I wanted to do besides military. So I had to make a choice. In the end, I gave up on the dream to go into the military, kept it as a hobby.
You'll be missing out.
Fantastic work, Agent. I think you put the lid back on this place just when it was about to boil over. We all thank you. And I wanted to say personally that I've lived in Brooklyn my whole life. So what you've done means a lot to me.
Okay. Don't really want to buy anything from the vendor. Mostly because it's... like in any other game, it's a lot of stuff that we will be replacing very soon, especially early on. What do we have here? My dearest friend, some posters, some art.
Hey, you gotta see this.
What I have to report ain't hearsay. I saw it with my own eyes. First off,
And in this game, well, what you do, once, like, this is the intro area, as I said, then we're being moved to Manhattan, and that's where the real game starts. You're trying to create a base of operation and improve it, like you keep improving the conditions, and I like that. I think this is that is another element that really attracts me to it, and I'll speak more when I get to it. But I do like fixing, even in my daily job, is I'm looking for solutions for people. So even when the standard solutions don't work anymore, I am the guy that you call and we're trying to figure stuff together. So things like this really attract me too.
Agent, get that precinct back under control. If that precinct goes, we lose Brooklyn.
Yeah, these are the things that really attract me to this game.
Looks like they've got grenades.
These guys with grenades, there is a possibility that if you shoot at their grenades, they will explode. These are like the first...
Brooklyn Dispatch, this is Division Command. We've got an agent incoming to assist in the 84th, but all entrances are blockaded.
Division, that's the best news I've had all month. Try the parking garage in the back.
You got that, agent? That's your in. Go get him.
And I think in total in this game, like there are like 4 big factions. We'll discover them along the way. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I remember watching, I think it was Angry Joe or someone do a review of the game, and one of the criticisms there was the fact that there's all these enemies like all guys with hoodies, which is like, yeah, so the bad guys are just guys with hoodies. Yeah, not the greatest when it comes to unit variety, right? Or trying to portray something. But yeah, this is a cool game, as I said, and we're gonna go through it. There's a lot to explore, a lot of missions, a lot of gear. I think as a build, what I am going to try to do is create a character that is focused on electronics. As much as I do love offense and like more damage, I think that is what I'm going to go for, electronics and probably health. Okay,
Warning.
that worked.
Hostiles detected.
All the weapons have a range, so at which they are more efficient. What we have here is like some sort of SMG, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, it's an SMG. So that is why when the enemies were further ahead, had those entrances there, it wasn't as efficient. If we take a look at this, if you hold V, these are the consumables, so everything you have here can offer you a temporary effect. To be honest, in the normal game, I rarely use these. And then we have here, these are components, which can be thrown. Like every weapon is customizable. Some have less component slots, but if you put these here, now I could do even this. Right? Or just get that extra accuracy. You don't have to use the scope, but you can. For an SMG, using this scope, it's not really that efficient.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
Okay, let's see how many of them are here. Oh, for now, just those two. Let's take cover here, closer to them. As I said, the SMG, really good at close range, not that good when shooting from afar. Free the hostages.
Don't get them riled up. Play nice and give me time to get us out of here.
Is there anything else to be looted around? It seems like there's some equipment around here. I'm not sure it's on this level, but I wanna see it. Ah, here it is. A double-barrel shotgun. I prefer the SMG. I don't know why, but I'm never using shotguns in these games. In either shooter, whether it is this, whether it is something else. I think the last times I've been using shotguns in a game was probably when playing Max Payne. And I know I'm throwing here some references that some of you like knowing the age range, some of you. These are some titles that don't really tell you much. Those were some games that appeared when I was young, like when I was a teenager. I think there was the first Max Payne and Max Payne 2. And what that game had
Alert. Hostiles detected.
was like you were jumping in slow motion while shooting at the same time, so there was like okay, we need to shoot at this guy with a bat first because they're rushing us. Need to reposition a bit.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Didn't see that coming.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
I hear someone shouting, so yeah, let's make sure we don't get hit.
Perfect shot.
And now we're going for the leader. I would have preferred if I had an assault rifle or something.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
Just a fair warning, know that this game has what has been named like the enemies are a bit of a sponge.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Meaning that they take a whole lot of damage. Like you need some of the bosses that you will encounter in this game, depending on how your build is, you will need to use a lot of bullets on them. They've done a better job in the second game, and they've improved like this mechanic. Okay, here is the first enemy with a name. Okay, let's be careful here. Let's throw a grenade as well. There it is. One more enemy, and we're done. We've secured the roof. Found ourselves some mechanical gloves. Let's see. LMG, nothing that special, but we don't really need too much early in the game. So let's leave this place.
Brooklyn is stable again. Manhattan is another story. Let's get over there and see for ourselves. I've got more agents with me now. We'll rendezvous with Agent Lau and fly over together. Commander Chang out.
Okay, so we got our first police M4, an assault rifle. I do like it better. And we're gonna have to see. Time to change cities. Go through this intro and then we'll put a cut. I think through here is where we need to go.
Over there. There's a bar behind that building. Best whiskey sours in Manhattan. If we take this city back, I'll buy you a drink. Sorry. I mean, when we take it back. Here it comes. The rest of us should be in this chopper. Can't believe it's finally happening. Let's do this! Ah! Can't believe it's finally happening. Nice work back there. Here it comes. Do this! That's whiskey sours in Manhattan. Come on back! I need you! Sir. Hey! Just hold on! Hey! Just hold on! Come on back! I need you!
And we're back.
Look, you're gonna be okay. Hell, at this point, you're more okay than me. Shit, that explosion took out the commander. We have a job to do. We're still gonna do it. It's just...
Landing in 1 minute. Should be able to see it coming up on my right.
Found out a little more about the first wave. They're all either dead or MIA. So this is up to us. That's why we need to get it together, right now.
JTF 6-8 to tower, visual Hudson. Yeah. 2 division agents on board. The explosion was their right end. Okay, clear to land. JTF 6-8.
Usually you need some time to know if you can count on someone. Well, we're out of time. My bet's on you. It has to be. I hope to God I'm right.
Welcome to Hudson Piers! I'm not sure what you're looking to get out of this. Everything behind this gate is a goddamn war zone.
So who's in command here?
Captain Benitez was in charge. He was leading ops in the post office, but we lost contact when he left base this morning. Feast on radio silent by tomorrow. There's talk of pulling out.
No one's pulling out. We're taking this city back. Get whatever gear you need. I'll catch up with you.
Good luck out there. You'll need it.
So there we have it.
Readings indicate this area is safe.
This is where the real action begins. This entire map here. We'll take things one at a time, but this is all that we could do for today. Now until tomorrow, I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to seeing as much as I do. So until then, I wish you all to have a wonderful day.